Hey everybody, excited to be joined by the leader at IgniteTech again. Eric, how are you?
Evan, I'm great. Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You've been busy off your transformation into an AI first company and your acquisition of Khorus. So let's dive in. Before that, maybe introduce yourself. What's the big idea at IgniteTech and Khorus these days? And maybe introduce yourself for the folks listening and watching.
Certainly, yeah. Pleasure to be here with you again. You always provide a forum for lively conversations. So I'm Eric Vaughn, CEO of IgniteTech, Khorus, and GFI Software, three companies under the same ownership umbrella. Both IgniteTech and Khorus are enterprise software companies. GFI Software is focused on the SMB space. GFI Software is a company that sells all through partners. We have a network of partners all over the world. IgniteTech and Khorus is very much direct relationships. And Khorus is a new acquisition that we concluded right near the end of May and brought that company, its products, customers, and people in. It's been a really interesting last couple of months because that's an exciting company.
To say the least. And you've called your organization AI first, which describe what that means. What does it mean in day to day, and how do you work and build products in an AI first company?
Yeah, I have to say AI first at this point now, like I keep hearing that and I've been saying it for 2 years. It sounds inadequate now. I think I'm live with you trying to come up with the next one. I think it's AIDNA. I think that's what it is. We have now made our company really an AIDNA company. That means in everything we do, with every person we hire, AI is part of that journey. For the last 2 years, we've transformed our companies to look for a variety of ways to bring AI in. And we track, for example, the actual usage of AI tools and AI processes within our company. And our entire organization averages 75% of using some form of AI in their task. We actually track it. And that's across the entire team. Now, that's not about tracking for tracking's sake. That's just, are we providing the environment, the tools, the know-how, the impetus, the support to bring everybody together in this AI DNA world? And right now, 75% is a pretty high number. We're pleased with that.
Brilliant. And tell us about the acquisition of Khorus. How does it change your position and go to market?
Yeah, so IgniteTech is a 9-digit revenue company. We're private, so we don't release that information, but that lets everybody have a frame of reference. That's between 100 million and a billion, right? We're a 9-digit revenue company. Khorus was also a 9-digit revenue company and had two key product sectors. One is called community, and that's an environment that I think most listeners will be familiar with. That is the extension of a brand's support. That is a community forum type environment where people go on, well-known brands to ask questions about how to fix something or how to use something or to provide input. And that's answered by not just the people at the company, but also the broader community. So that was the core of the Khorus product offering. Then secondly, they've got something called CARE and SMM, social media management. And that is a set of solutions aimed at what we call brand care. And that is monitoring input that takes place on social channels across a number of different social channels, bringing it all together for analytics, enabling teams to moderate and respond in real time. And what we've done is we've brought that in these first 2 months, and we're going through a lot of work right now to help identify with the customers in a give and take on how we're going to bring AI to those tools, because both the community forum environment and the brand care environment are ripe for those kinds of things. And it's not to replace people, it's to augment them. And that remains the core proposition that IgniteTech and now Khorus offer to customers. We're looking to augment, not just automate. We're looking to make humans more productive in all of their roles and all of their jobs. And with those products, we see tremendous capabilities like moderation, like automatically moderating for posts that are out of line with guidelines for a community, for example, rather than having it flagged and later a human having to automatically discarded it when it violates their policies or their community rules. So many opportunities for that. And we're going to be delivering those before 2025 is out. But that agenda is not set. We're looking for input from our customers.
Brilliant. And you're hiring for a role called AI Innovation Specialists. Maybe describe that, what they do, and why are they so critical to your next phase?
Well, that's literally everybody's title. It doesn't matter if they're finance, marketing, sales, software engineering, doesn't matter. It's AI Innovation Specialist Marketing, AI Innovation Specialist Sales. And that's not just a title, that's an orientation. When we are interviewing somebody in any role, we talk to them about what tools would they be bringing in with them. What would they be bringing to the table? What's their familiarity? What models are they using? What tools are they using relevant to their domain? There's a number in the marketing realm. There's a number in the software engineering realm, right? So for example, software engineering is all about, Cursor, Windsurf, and now Claude Code. All three of these are helping software engineers author code and spin up new applications and new even prototypes within hours where it used to take weeks. So we've really reached out throughout the world. We have a global recruiting organization called Crossover that focuses on finding those people that have AI as part of their DNA as well. So yeah. Thanks, Evan. You've helped me retire the AI first thing. I'm dropping it's AI DNA now.
Love it. Well, I'll steal that for myself. You also say that AI adopters who are, slow or sort of lagging could lose 40% of their, visibility and mind share in the marketplace. I mean, that's a big number. How do you think about that number and the risk if companies don't act now with an AI strategy?
Well, I've used the word, and it's not hyperbole. It's not at all, meant to be alarming. It's literally what I believe. I believe it is an existential threat. I think people who are waiting to see what happens are doomed. I think people that are dabbling in this and hoping, maybe it'll go away are doomed. Maybe not next month, maybe not in 25, but not 5 years down the road, 1 year down the road. Like they're going to see people coming, behind them for their business, and they're not going to be able to compete. So, we're way past the time of now, and a phrase that I like to use in many different situations and discussions is, if you think you're behind, if you've got a little bit of anxiety about being behind right now, great. If you don't, you're really in trouble. Like you're really kidding yourself. I really believe that. And that's everybody. That's from the CEO down at every organization. The CEO has to understand this and not delegate it. They have to lead it. They have to believe it themselves. It's happening whether anybody likes it or not. They may not like it, but it's here. Genie's out of the bottle. Bottle's gone.
I would agree. I'm building my AI avatar now with a company called HeyGen. I need a break. I need to get away. So this will be a great stand-in for me in my little media business.
Well, Evan, let me talk to you about that. You're building an AI avatar with HeyGen, or you could use our product called My Personas, which creates an AI clone of Evan. And not only does it create an AI clone like what you just talked about, but if you look at our website at ignitech.ai, you'll find our chief commercial officer is on there and her clone is on there. And you can have live conversations with her AI clone back and forth and ask questions that are rooted in the knowledge that you give it about Evan Kirstel. And if your AI cannot answer that question, it then comes to you and sends you an email that says, hey, a user on your website, Evan, had this question. What's the answer? And you'll answer it. And when you do answer it, it will go back to the person that asked the question. Then it will also update the knowledge in the clone. That's patent pending technology. And even better, we've now added the ability that you could click on a link and join the session with the person live, like a FaceTime video back and forth, you and your AI. So you may want to take a look at My Personas.
I better. I didn't know that existed. So I have some
experimenting to do. That hurt. You don't know it existed. We're trying so hard to tell the world.
And you are indeed. So on that note, I mean, how do you make sure your AI, whether it's your AI avatar or AI chatbot, when it comes to brand safety, social listening, customer service, what have you, is, how do you make sure it's accurate and ethical and compliant and not biased and all those things that the businesses require?
So there's this term in the AI industry that some will be familiar with called grounding. And grounding is the opposite of hallucinating. Everybody knows hallucinating, but fewer people will know grounding. Grounding is, if you will, a command to the LLM, command to the AI, don't make things up. If you don't know, say, I don't know. Now, people will know that the current state of play here in mid 2025 is AI doesn't like to say, I don't know. It seems to hedge towards, I know, even if it doesn't. But our technology, we have focused so hard, so directly on this grounding that our grounding exceeds that of all general LLMs. It's in the mid 90s. Anybody understand grounding research knows that Gemini is in the mid 80s, for example. Grounding meaning when you ask a question and it answers, it's accurate. Now, one of the things that we hypothesize, but we don't yet know, is we believe that because we tell the AI that it has a human behind it, that if it's not sure, it can go ask, that it is more likely to do that than not. And we think that's why our grounding works so well, because we say, hey, no problem, Evan's AI clone. If you don't know this answer, you just ask Evan. Evan will answer and you'll get smarter. This is what really works. So that's the answer. This is how we make it, the fundamental aspect of both our product, My Personas, and you see on my screen, this other product called Eloquence, which is very much the same, but it's working in an email sense. So Eloquence is a persona. It has a name, and it has a real person's name, and it creates bespoke emails, no templates, that is always perfect grammar, always empathetic, always context sensitive to what came in the email, based and grounded in knowledge, and it does the same thing. If it doesn't know, it adds on CC a human. Now, let me tell you a funny story about that, though. We had a series after the Khorus acquisition. We spun up some Khorus Eloquence personas, and one of them had a conversation back and forth with a customer. Customer said, great, let's set a meeting, and Eloquence set the meeting up, and the persona's name was Lena. And when we set up the meeting, the customer said, hey, I want Lena on that call. Why isn't she on the invite? And internally, somebody came to me and said, what do we say? How do we answer that question? So we asked the AI, here's the situation. What should we do? And its recommendation was add the person to the call and then explain it to the customer when you get on the call. It's AI that was so good, you didn't know it was AI and you didn't care. And I think that's where we need to go with AI solutions, right?
Sounds good to me. So let's talk about tools. We're all, as individuals, many of us, even in companies, are using or experimenting with ChatGPT and Claude and a whole host of tools. Why should companies work with IgniteTech or one of its companies or applications versus one of these big tech applications and just run with that?
Well, one of the things I think that sets us apart from the industry, because believe me, we're sympathetic. The whole industry is hearing AI, 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 AI all day, every day. The whole world is hearing it from every company. Every single company has an AI strategy, which they should. I agree. The difference is there's a lot of spin-ups right now of new tech companies. They're certainly inventing things and doing things that are interesting and helpful. But what you find really, really quickly is they're not enterprise quality. And what I mean by that is they don't understand what a global Fortune 50 brand requires in their software. They require a mature software or support organization. They require a pre and post sales organization. They require a user interface that has fundamentals. For example, I worked on new AI tool. I won't name it, just a week ago, and noticed that it was missing a reset password function at the login, and I forgot my password. That's what I mean. It's immature software. Like, look at our cool shiny new toy. Oh yeah, all that other stuff that you can't do. Yeah, we'll get to that later. Yeah, that's not going to reassure a Fortune 50 company. So we are an enterprise software company. We've got 30 years of history in our enterprise software DNA with AI tech inside of that. So we wrap it around with enterprise know-how, and that's why we differentiate ourselves between a lot of other AI tools that are popping up right now. I mean, even some of the popular ones, Evan. When ChatGPT first came out, the basic UI was missing some critical functionalities, simple things like folders to maybe go put chats in folders. If you remember, that wasn't there at first, but we waited. When Claude came out from Anthropic, you couldn't delete a chat. Why? Exactly. Why won't you let me delete a chat? You could archive it, but not delete it. What? I'm talking about an individual account. That doesn't make sense. But they're rushing to get the tech out, which is cool, and we're all using them. But you find these deficiencies that enterprise software companies can't depend on. That kind of deficiency. So that's where I think we differentiate ourselves. Does that answer?
Yeah, for sure. No, it does, and definitely when it comes to data protection, data privacy. Putting corporate information in, ChatGPT is questionable to say the least. So what's next for IgniteTech and Khorus? What should we be watching over the next 6 months to a year? Can you give us a peek into your roadmap or other opportunities that are on the horizon?
Well, first of all, thanks for saying 6 months to 6 to 12 months, because so oftentimes you get this 5-year question, and I always laugh. I'm like, 5 years? Are you serious? Not a chance I predict what's happening in 5 years. In the next 6 to 12 months, there are new software. So we're doing two different things. We are providing meaningful AI capabilities to existing software products that we own, like Khorus Communities, like Khorus Care. We've announced that. We've talked about that, and we're currently on a listening tour with customers around the world where we're holding meetings and showing them some prototypes to get their feedback of where we're going. So that's absolutely coming. Simultaneously, our AI software development org is creating brand new software from the ground up. And I'll give you a preview of one that's not even yet announced. We've got a product coming out that the tagline is going to be "Fire Your Web Guy." In 25 years of creating websites, very little has changed. Everybody's got some CMS, WordPress, or whatever, and there's some web guy or gal somewhere. You want a new page up, you give it to the web guy. You need a change on your page, you give it to the web guy. Hey, web guy, is it up yet? Is it up yet? It's like a barrier between the most fundamental view on a company and your customers, right? So what if you could just go on to a chat and say, add a page, make it look like this page, add a form on that page, add this image on this page. I don't like that text, change this text. What if every person could do that and didn't need to talk to their web guy? So that's not yet announced. The product is called Evoke AI, EVOQ. I'm giving you a scoop, Evan, right here live on your podcast. I don't know when it's coming out, but the press release is not out yet. We're very excited about that. And we're going to continue to innovate in things that make humans more, it's not the word efficient. They are augmented, and they really are getting direct benefit out of that. And we think that's going to shake up the world, of web. In fact, we think that's going to have a profound effect.
Brilliant. I love the very practical, useful nature. That sounds like a killer use case. The opposite of that is just all the AI hype that's out there right now. Is there one trend you think is completely overblown that everyone's talking about? What's been overhyped in the world of AI? Maybe it's AGI or super intelligence or one of these other things.
Yeah, I won't wade into the AGI discussion. I think that's got too much depth to it to answer it that way. But I think agent and agentic, I don't want to say it's been overhyped, because I certainly believe in the capability of the concept of agents doing work for you. We are absolutely using that and doing that. I think that the way we're talking about it is scaring customers.
Mm.
First of all, I don't think they know what the word agentic means. And I think when they hear agent, they worry that there's this disembodied piece of software that's running around doing things that you don't know what's happening, right?
Mm.
And so the way to fix that is to maybe stop talking about it like that, because we love to do this in the tech industry. We love tech terms, and talk about, software that is working on your behalf, but reporting back to you and keeping you at the center of all major decisions, like whether or not to book that flight with your credit card, for example. Humans will need that. We need to make humans continue to feel like they are controlling it, but they are augmented by these agents. So I don't think it's over with at all. I do think the concept of a agent-based AI makes sense, right? Where it's not just you one-on-one. I mean, the fundamental concept of agent is it's not just you one-on-one with the AI at the moment. It's like, go do this for me, and it goes away, and it does. It's a great idea. And there's lots of good uses of that. But we're going to have to bring humans back to the center of that, even in their own minds. I think that's important.
Indeed, and thanks so much for sharing the update and the scoop and a peek into the future. Really exciting stuff, Eric.
Thanks, Evan. Thanks for all you're doing to help get this word out, too. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you. And thanks, everyone, for listening and watching. And be sure to check out our new TV show, techimpact.tv, now on Bloomberg and Fox Business. Thanks, everyone.